Okay, all right, guys, welcome once again. Um, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. All right, it's been a while, right? I actually did not make a weekly analysis last week, right? And it's due to some kind of some of my busy schedule, and I was unable to come here to really analyze the market. But this week, what are the things we are looking at? What pairs are we going to trade, and what buyers are we looking at? And this particular question will be answered based on what we have been doing before. And based on our culture, right, we'll go back to Euro US, to dollar index and see what we're expecting from it. Now, this pair has really been consolidating, as you can see. It has been consolidating here. All right, a very quick one, please. Before you study more in this particular analysis, please ensure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video, right? Comment, then share with your friends, and also subscribe. Then click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload the video, you can have access to it, right? So as we were saying earlier, I said that you can see that there's a consolidation here. The market was really consolidating. Then we can see the breakout. And another thing you should do, we're going to notice on this pair is that in the beginning of June, you see that this market just began to drop, and this market has been dropping right from the last days um, of uh, of uh, of May. Right now we are in June. Then we can see that this market was dropping at the beginning of June. So what I'm expecting on this pair, right? You can see throughout last week we have the drop, upper week, right? We have the drop. Now I'm expecting this market to give us a little bit retracement, right? Because at the beginning of the month, right, based on the power of three that I've already explained to you, we want to see that when the market open, the market should trade down, right, before we see a move up. So what we're expecting on this pair is that we want market to find a support here at this particular trap, right? We want market to find a support here, and in so doing, right, we want to see a rejection on this particular zone, then for market to give us that retracement. And probably the best zone to sell this pair again will be this particular fair value gap, or this particular block here. So this will be the best kind of zone to sell this pair. Now it is not advisable for you to sell this pair, so it's just better for you to wait for an opportunity for you to sell it in this particular area, this particular fair value gap here, or this particular order block that we have here. But based on 4-hour time frame, as you can see, just like what I said, this pair has really been dropping, and just like what I marked in the traps that we have here, this market, we are expecting market to really go for a bullish move. But the overall is that this pair is bearish. And another thing you should notice in this is that anytime market make a accumulation, probably an accumulation, then we see an immediate drop, then we are really expecting this market to really go higher. So that is what I will be expecting on dollar. I will be expecting a strong dollar this week, right? And upper, probably for the rest of this month, right? Then this is also applicable to every other pair that is attached to dollar. For example, Euro USD. For Euro USD, you can see the same thing here. This market has really been consolidating here. Then we have it pulling back to the, consolidation. Then we have the manipulation to the upside. Right? The month open, when this month open, we have this 3-hit candle. We have 1, 2, 3, which really shows that okay, this pair really went higher after the market opened. Then we can see we're expecting this market to really get a rejection from this other block before we see a pullback. So for the rest of this week, right? This month, I will be expecting a fall in Euro USD, and this implies that we can go to 4-hour time frame. All right, we'll go to 4-hour time frame and anticipate a break in market structure in this area. This will be the best kind of zone for us to sell this pair, right? This will be the best kind for us to sell this pair, and probably for a 1-hour time frame, which is not very suitable for us, right? It's not very okay for you to sell at 1-hour time frame, but at least expect this market to break here and expect a retracement before you are going to be a seller. And another pair we're going to look at is USDCHF, and this is also applicable based on what we've already said on DXY. This market was accumulating. Then we see the manipulation, then took out this 2 months low, right? We have April low, right? We have April low was taken out. Then we have May lows was also taken out. So with this, then we can see that markets already give us a break market structure. So when this market open, we want to see a retracement, right? A retracement to the downside, forming the higher low. Then we want to see this market going higher the more. Now you should also note that this market is actually still downtrend, but based on the pattern of the power of three, this will be a basis at which we are going to be selling this pair. And another thing that we should note that in this particular area, right, there is an order block here, right? In this particular area is actually a very good zone for us to buy, because if you go to a 1 hour time frame or 4 hour time frame, we're going to see that particular rejection zone in this particular block, that this particular structure can really find the support before we are going higher on this note. So for this month, right, this market already came down, taking out this liquidity. Then I will be expecting market to give us a retracement before going higher. But that doesn't mean that when we get a very solid sell structure, we cannot follow it. We are still going to follow it because this market is now showing to us that it is now a sell bias. So until we have a break market structure here before we can continue to go higher. But based on power of three, right, we can really expect that this market will go higher, and based on what we've really seen on DXY. Right. So another pair that we're going to look at is dollar index. I mean GBPUSD. Right. GBPUSD. We can really see the fair value gap. This is actually an ICT word, right? And just like what I used to say, all credit is actually to him. Now we can see this particular uh, 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 price in here, right? And this market came all the way up, took out this equal highs. Can you see this equal highs was taken out here? So following what we are expecting on DXY, so this can really mean that this pair it has taken out liquidity, right? Then we are expecting it to drop down. But anyway, this market still remains bullish. And just like what I used to say, anytime we see something like this, we should not throw away our normal bias, right? I mean, the basic bias that the pair is really giving to us, that this pair is now bullish. We should not throw it away. We should just use that opportunity to take a counter trend until this pair really establish the fact that it is now going down. But however, we can really see that on 4 hour time frame, anticipate this particular structure to be broken before we be a seller. Well, anyway, if market comes to this zone and market get rejected here, then we can look for a buying opportunity in this particular area. And the next pair we're going to look at is EURJPY. For EURJPY also, this pair has really been bullish. We can see it breaking out structure. Look at it. This market has been consolidating for more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for more than 6 months. The market came all the way and took out all those high there. Now, if you go to weekly time frame also, you will see the market going higher. It has already taken out this liquidity here, right? So I'm expecting it to hit this block before we have a reversal. But anyway, we also have another block here that this pair might really get reversed from. But the overall structure of this pair is a bullish market right now. Then on the daily time frame, as you can see, it is also bullish. Having taken out liquidity, before you can really be a seller on this pair, you really need an established uh, uh, change of trend, probably on 8-4. And this will be based on the liquidity that would have been taken on a weekly level, right? If we already established the fact that this is already finding its resistance, right, at another block on the weekly time frame, now we can already see that this particular high has been raided, then we can as well go to 4 hour time frame and see a change of trend, then for us to continue to sell this pair down for a counter trend. But the main trend will be that we should look for best opportunity to buy this pair. And the best opportunity will be to buy it from this block here. Right. When this pair pull back to this particular zone, then we can really look for us to be a buyer. But anyway, if this market come all the way after taking out this liquidity on the weekly time frame, come all the way to break this structure, then we can really be a seller on this pair until probably when we get to a very good order block for us to take that pair from. Now, the next pair is going to be CADJPY for us to look at. Then we can see that this pair is also bullish, right? We can see the fair value gap here. This pair is really respecting that, right? I want it to get to the 50% before I can really know what to say about that. But anyway, this is very bullish on the weekly time frame. Then on the daily time frame also is bullish, right? It's very bullish on the daily time frame also. And so for me, I still believe that the best opportunity for you is to continue to buy this pair, right? Just look for a buying setup and buy it. Now, it is for your own best interest not to take a counter. Just like the Euro USD, the USDCHF, the GBP USD, the EURJPY that I've mentioned earlier, all these pairs still have their trend very intact. What I said, even though the trend is going to change, but still have the mentality or they still have the mindset that you should not counter the pair until you really find a change of trend rules being met before you take that direction. So this spell is still super bullish and I'll be waiting for opportunity to buy it. However, on H4, if I see a break in market structure, I'm going to follow the H4 bias for me to sell this pair down. I'm probably to a very significant point of buying this pair. But based on the power of today, this pair already opened after the opening. Then we can see that market was really going higher, and you can still continue to stay with the trend or look for a change of direction before you continue to go lower. Then for gold, we see that gold has been all-time bullish. It has been bullish, 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 but we have it on the daily time frame. After taking out this liquidity, I think I predicted this that this market is going to fall, and you can see it there. Then in my group, I told them that this particular zone should be respected, and this was respected until this market really showed to us that it is now bearish. You can see on the daily time frame, we have the higher high, we have the higher low, then we have the lower high and lower low. So we're expecting market to pull back to form the higher low, probably take out this high, get rejected at this block, then before we continue to sell gold down. And the best next opportunity for me to buy this pair, actually for me, will be this zone, right? Probably this zone, but I'll be looking forward to this zone for me to buy gold. And lastly, I'm going to look at US 30, which is the Joes. This should cover up for every other indices, right? This pair also has been bullish, right? And also on the weekly time frame that has been bullish. So what we're really looking out for on this pair is to look for best opportunity for us to buy it. But if that opportunity is not there, before you sell it, make sure that you look out for a change of trend. Now, this pair is still bullish, so you can remain with the bullish trend and continue to buy it. And the same thing that happens on up here, the month open, then we can see manipulation to the upside. It took out this particular high. Then with this, we can expect a reversal. Right, this was a high of a particular month, so we can. And this market has been coming back like in a corrective waves. You can see that in a corrective waves. Anytime market is really coming like this and took out liquidity, we are expecting a kind of reduction before we continue uh, probably pull back to this zone, right, before we continue to go higher. So that is really what I'm expecting on this pair in this coming week. But I will surely wait for my rules to be met, all right, my trading rules to be met before I trade any of this pair. And just like what I used to say, you can join our Telegram channel. This is where I upload my daily, right, flashcard, right, I mean the result of the trade that was taken for educational purpose, and also we send set up to this page once in a week. I mean, once in a week, just for you to get acquainted with how we really mark our chart. And for you, they are very educational for you to study. So you do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel, then also join our Telegram channel. Then also you can follow us on Instagram to get everything that we're doing for you to get better in your trading career. All right, thank you once again for joining in. So I will see you in the next section. Thank you and stay blessed. Have a the best trading week.